I'm Ben and I love to make things, and one of those things is Gymshark, which I created when I was 19 years old. I'm now 24 and I've never had so much going on in my life. Gymshark is officially the UK's fastest growing company, and I'm travelling a lot. We're about to take some huge leaps to compete with some of the biggest companies, so I've decided to document this journey. I think the best place to start is with the Gymshark story, where I started and how Gymshark started. As a young teenager, all I did was make websites. My first fully functioning website sold license plates. So the first bit of money that I earned, I bought plates and sold them online with my friends. Next, I got my first iPhone and I was absolutely fascinated by it. I instantly downloaded the iPhone SDK and started to learn to develop. I made 4 iPhone apps, 2 of which were fitness apps, and both of them made it into the top charts in the UK and several other countries. And they were about teaching you how to work out, populating your calendar and diary with workouts and things like that. Next, I made a fitness social network website called twotone.com. It got several thousand members, but it just wasn't getting the traffic for it to be sustainable. And then the next website I made was the Gymshark website. I incorporated Gymshark in 2012 with my friend Lewis. Another time I'd spend all my day at university, then after that I'd deliver pizzas for Pizza Hut, and any time in between the two I'd spend in the gym or working on Gymshark. Now, we couldn't afford to stop because we had no money, so the solution that I thought up was to have every single supplement that you can ever imagine on the website, and we didn't stock any of them. And what I did was, when people would order off the website, it would automatically trigger another retailer to drop ship the supplement to them, and we just add a small margin to it. And I think it took about 2 months to get our first sale. And we've done a lot of world tours and we met a lot of people at expos and stuff, and a lot of people ask me advice on starting a business. And I think the key thing that I would say based on the way that we started Gymshark is that you have to be creative with both the front end of your business and the back end, because if we weren't creative enough to think of the drop shipping solution for the back end of the business, then Gymshark wouldn't exist at all. So it's from doing this that we earn enough money to be able to stock other people's brands of clothing. And when we got it, I realised that there was nothing out there like what we wanted to wear. So we spent everything we had on a screen printer and a sewing machine, and we started to design our own answer to fitness wear, which is longer, stretchier and more fitted. At this stage, that every single Gymshark product was custom made. I remember spending hours and hours printing the t-shirts, sewing the t-shirts, designing all the logos and then printing them off, burning them into screens. This was the most manual time for Gymshark. I remember going to Body Power around this time and just walking around and seeing sort of the bodybuilders, I guess it was a little bit more boring than what it is now, and thinking that this expo is missing something huge. So I went straight to the show office and I just said to them, like, what can we afford? What can we get? We have to be here next year. And I remember literally emptying the bank account on the floor space for Body Power the following year. So after signing up for Body Power next year, the following year was spent just non-stop work. Again, just packaging orders, printing, sewing, just non-stop custom making product. It was really, really tough. The hours were long, it was non-stop, but it never really felt like work because we were always just creating what we loved. I was absolutely obsessed with YouTube. Whilst I was working, I remember watching Scott Herman and Scooby, every single video that they would ever upload. Matt August, Chris Lovato, Jeff Side, Lex, Alon, just watched them all the time. And as massive fans, we decided to send them the Gymshark product. Lex was the first person to ever get Gymshark product, the first Gymshark athlete. I remember when he got it and he gave us his feedback and he uploaded a video in it. It was just the coolest thing ever. At the time, no one else was doing this. Now it's called influencer marketing, but at the time it just came totally natural to us as we were just fans of the guys, I guess. At the end of 2012, we started to design the Luxe fitted tracksuit, the tracksuit and the product that would shoot Gymshark into huge growth. When we finished designing it, the minimum order quantity was so high that it costed, again, everything that we had at the time. But we loved the product so much and we knew that it was such a game changer that we just went with it, we ordered it, and it was due to arrive May the following year, ready for Body Power. I remember receiving the samples of the Luxe tracksuit on Christmas Day 2012, and it was the most excited I had ever been. To have this Gymshark product in our hands that we hadn't had to physically make ourselves was just incredible. We invited Matt, Chris, Jeff, Alon, Lex to the Body Power Expo. They all said yes, and it was absolutely awesome. So we headed off to the Body Power Expo, and my dad and my brother Joe stayed back to package all the orders and cover things whilst we were away. And there was nothing that could prepare us for what we were about to experience at this expo. We went from just sort of being an online business, we'd never actually been able to see physically the people that we were affecting in person. And I remember turning up to the expo, and the second the doors opened, we were flooded. I have never seen so many people just draw into a stand at once ever. It was absolutely incredible. It was unmanageable. We spent the whole weekend talking, just helping people. Obviously people were buying loads of Gymshark product and we were with the guys. It was so crazy that Dan and Craig, our two friends, dropped their final university exams and lost their degrees so that they could come to Birmingham to help us out that weekend. It was just so busy. Dan Blackwell and Ash Grant came and they helped us out all weekend as well. I remember they brought their friends who we didn't even know and they helped us out. It was so cool to be a part of. We didn't even realise it, but at the time we were revolutionising the way that expos were done, like, in this industry. It was just the best experience of our entire lives. Everyone went home, and I remember being sat in the living room. It was late one night, because during the expo we turned all the stock down, so there wasn't too many orders. And I remember doing a post, and I flicked all the stock back on. I put the Lux tracksuit on the website, and the website literally blew up. We had more traffic and had more sales in the first 30 minutes of me putting the stock back on the website than we had in the entire of the Gymshark history. And I remember being sat there, we'd sold out, I was clawing at my laptop to try and turn all the stock off that night, and afterwards I was sat there on my own in the living room thinking, wow, we have made something incredible. Over the next few years, tons happened. We kept creating the product that we loved. We went on a huge Expo World Tour. Loads of staff joined Gymshark because we were growing so fast. Lewis decided to move on because he wanted to do other things. We launched our women's range, which at first wasn't great, but now it's a huge part of our community and business. We brought on our first female athlete, Nikki Blackett. We invested heavily into the Gymshark women's brand and community, and that's been great. I think anyone that saw the Flex launch a few weeks ago will know just how crazy the growth is right now. We thought we'd have enough Flex leggings to last us maybe a month or two, and they sold out in minutes, so we're really working on this right now. More recently, we got to a point where we had to make a decision. We could keep going as a small, relatively fast-growing business, or we could take some big risks and go for the big time. And that was a decision that I wanted to make. People that really helped me to understand this is Paul and Steve, who both run the Gymshark business with me. And they taught me the importance of the structure and the back end and the foundations of a business, as well as the investment in the front end, the market and the products and the creativity that I love so much. And I think it's the combination of my front end creativity and their brains on the back end that has allowed us to create a company that is so agile, structured, and is constantly invested in people and creating the things that we love. And especially now, because we've got 70 staff in the UK, we ship from Norway and Sweden, and we're an international business. It's so difficult for someone of my age to run. So having those guys to help me in the back end of the business is just priceless to me. So there it is, a really short overview of the Gymshark story, and I'm sure there's loads that I've missed. So if anyone has any questions, then feel free to comment them below. I want to thank everyone that came out to the Gymshark World Tour and asked me to do a video like this, because if it wasn't for you guys asking, then I wouldn't have done it. I want this channel to be a documentation of my journey and a source of inspiration and information for others too. So if anyone has any further questions, then please like the video, comment the video, subscribe, and thanks for watching. And as you can see, anyone that has arms that are 12 inches this will go out today as well, so another happy customer for Gymshark. Post ready to go. Jeff Seed stuff. My laptop computer, as you can see. Got some more coming in. To the stock room. Just got a little bit of packaging here. More packaging there. So yeah, this is the headquarters, if you will. There it is. Bodybuilding clothing. Number 3. Just sewed the new Gymshark labels in. So you've got the Gymshark Fitness logo on the stringer. As you can see, you've got the official Gymshark logo, the official Gymshark hang tag, which is very nice. You've got the quality string, official Gymshark merchandise to All round wonderful product now. All round wonderful product. Baby blue stringer vest first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, 9, 10. Right lads, the car's actually packaged, and as you can see I can't actually move my chair back anymore. This one is just, the whole car basically is just absolutely rammed. Incredible speed of production. This is Ben Francis, handmade. Look at the thickness of this ink, lads. Look at the thickness of the ink. Yeah, it's looking good, nice and shiny. This section done. Yeah, looking out here. Just thought I'd give you a quick tutorial on how to fold the t-shirt. Right out flat, face down, pull the one side over, pull the other side over, and then simply fold it over twice more, like that, and then you've got a perfectly folded t-shirt. Another happy Gymshark customer. Thought I'd look around. We've got the back door here, got all the racking here. We'll have more soon. It's just in the unit, printing off a design. A bit nervous, the first one went wrong. Don't know what happened with the ink. The printer just spewed ink everywhere. Fresh one's coming out now. Maxed out on the ink that it's putting out. Looking good so far. Perfect. Just this is the area where we're going to have some more carpet down here. Desk here, heater in the corner and all that. Just got stock on the floor at the moment. Packaging, all these need to go out today. There's only one bag of postage. I've got to put them in as well. We normally take about 4 a day, I think. The racking on here, just a load of stock, things like that. I think we've got about 2,000 vests incoming, so yeah. Got the office chair ready, racking that we need to take back. This is the printing machine, some old prints on there. So yeah, it's the dryer, scrap. Basically, desk over there, a few things here. Racking all down the side. We're going to put the racking up quite high. I mean, the roof's pretty high, so we're going to double up that racking. So yeah, that's it really. And so you've got the stringers, small, medium, large accessories on the bottom. So I've actually invented the short dispenser. Small, medium, and well, it's going to be large, and all you have to do is just pull it out of the short dispenser. Easy, doesn't take up any room, simple, quick, effective. So at least we're actually starting to get in order. Right lads, as you can see we're packing up the unit as we were actually moving somewhere